Sherman, almost. And finally, and down he goes inside the 10. This is one of the areas where the Giants have really improved. The special teams. Randall Cunningham, who threw 62 times last week against the Bears. He'll face, or he'll have this offensive front in front of him. Darwin, Shad, Alexander, Solt, Ron Heller, and Jimmy Giles starting in place of Keith Jackson at tight end. Byers, Tony, the backs, Quick, and Carter, the wide receivers. And when they go with two more, it'll be Johnson and Garrity. And we'll probably see a lot more of Garrity. Randall Cunningham. One of the most dangerous individuals in pro football. Pitches back to Byers, right side, outside the 10 to about the 15. Stopped by Johnny Cooks. Up front for the Giants, Washington, Eric Howard, and Leonard Marshall. The linebackers, Banks and Taylor on the outside. Reasons and Cooks on the inside. And the secondary, young and improving. Collins, Williams on the corners, Kennard and Guyton. And watch him. Sheldon White and Renee Thompson are the nickelbacks. Chris Carter wide to the left. It's Byers again. First down. Eric Howard tripped him up.
Well, that was one of the things the Eagles said they wanted to do yesterday, Pat, is run. And then specifically, they thought the best place to run was to their right side behind Ron Salt, number 65, who had been an all-pro guard, and Ron Heller. They thought they're their best two blockers, and plus they get the best matchup against the Giants here.
Quick is wide left this time, and Carter is wide right. Cunningham to Tony. Not much there. Cooks again. With an assist from Leonard Marshall, a gain of only one.
Maybe in that hole.
2nd and 9, Cunningham to throw it. To Giles, who ducks about a foot short of a first down, it looks like. Cooks and Taylor on the stop. Jimmy Giles, the longtime star for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, with the Eagles last year, was released, and then they brought him back.
Jimmy Giles says, I've been in a lot of big games. He's a 13-year veteran, and the bad news for the Eagles was that they lost Keith Jackson, of course. The good news is that they have Jimmy Giles. And I tell you, Randall Cunningham feels very, very comfortable with Jimmy Giles. So does that guy, Buddy Ryan.
Yesterday we were talking to him about Jimmy Giles, and he said he thinks he's 27.
Yeah, that's what he wanted to know what that secret is where you just stay that one age all the time. And you could bottle that and sell it.
1st and 10 Eagles at their own 31. Opening drive. It's Byers left side again. Just a couple. Reasons on the stop with Eric Howard. Nate. And off to Byers. And Byers has some room. A flag on the play. Stop. Tripped up by Collins. But a penalty marker down. 9-yard pickup by Byers. That would have been enough for another first down, but it's going to be against the Eagles. Tom Dooley is the referee.
And it's probably against the tight end. When that comes flying out of there, that's the guy who watches the tight end. You see Jimmy Giles in there.
83 offense, 2nd down.
Yep, it is. And that was where they were running too. They were running into that right side. Again, every time they've run to the right side, Pat, they've had success. They've made yardage there. They've run in the middle or to the left. I don't think they've gained an inch.
Well, that long gain to the left is 2 yards. So far, the success has been, as you point out, to this side. Byers, who is an excellent pass receiver, is split wide right. Cunningham back to throw it. Screen pass coming to Tony. Brought down by Myron Guyton. 2-yard gain, that's all.
There in the sideline in that overcoat, he said he expects to be back next week.
They almost left him at Soldier Field. Here comes Cunningham, and he's got some room. Not enough. Another flag on the play, and the ball's on the ground and out of bounds. made the hit on Cunningham, and here comes John Telchik and the Eagle punting unit. He hasn't kicked all week, nor did he kick in warm-ups.
You know, one of the things that Lawrence Taylor does well, I mean, does everything well. He rushes well, he runs well, he tackles well, he hits well. But watch this, come from behind. As he tackles, get that hand in there and strip the ball. One of the best in the league.
This is Telchik, and for a guy who didn't warm up, that's a heck of a kick. Fielded by Meggett back at the 25. And the Giants figure they've got to get the ball in his hands a little more often, as he was brought down by William Frizzell. 48-yard punt by Telchik. On the left is Spectrum, Phil Simms. And his offensive line in front of him, Elliott starting again now. Roberts, Oates, Eric Moore in place of Johnson at right guard. Doug Riesenberg and Mark Bavaro up front. Anderson and Carthon, the running backs. Odessa Turner and Lionel Manuel start at wide receiver. When they go to their 4-receiver package, it's Ingram and Baker. Meggett is split wide to the left this time, and that's Manuel in motion. Sims to throw it on first down, outside to Otis Anderson. So outside the 40, a pickup of 5, stopped by Seth Joyner. Comparable Reggie White, Mike Pitts, Jerome Brown, and Clyde Simmons. Joyner, Evans, and Harris, the linebackers. Izell Jenkins and Eric Allen, the young cornerbacks. Bavaro was the move man this time. This is Anderson left side. Not much doing. He is bounced backwards by Clyde Simmons first. Pickup of 2. It'll bring up a 3rd down.
Backfield, and they're also going to line them up split out.
And they go with 4 wide receivers and Meggett back there by Sims, a dangerous package. Meggett to the 35. Seth Joyner brought him down.
Now that really gives you something. When you can have 4 wide receivers and then you have David Meggett in there, that gives you 5 guys right now. So you don't have that many defenders to get a good guy on everyone. In fact, in this case, the Eagles don't have anyone on Dave Meggett. By the time the linebacker gets there, he's already caught the ball. That was Seth Joyner who took the flag at him.
First down, Giants at the Eagle 35. Otis Anderson right side for a gain of 2. Stopped by Reggie White.
Reggie White was telling me yesterday that he just didn't think that they had any fire or intensity last week in Chicago, and he said he doesn't know why it didn't happen, but he said we got to get it back. And yesterday he thought they would really have it today, or whatever that means.
I don't know how you know yesterday what you're going to have today.
I think in Reggie White's case, I think he just carries a full tank around all the time.
I think every day in his case. Is in motion. Here's Sims. Open is Manuel. And another Giant first down, a pickup of 12.
Hurt his right hand.
Well, you know he's done that before. Broke his hand, in fact, in the same fashion.
Let's see it right there, the right hand when he follows through. See if it hit anything.
Anderson left side. Tripped up by Clyde Simmons. A gain of 5, nevertheless.
But I'll tell you, that was the thing I always worried about the quarterbacks, is not so much the sacks. You worried about that blind side. You didn't like him to get hit you didn't like him to get hit anytime, but having him throw, step up and follow through and get that hand or finger caught in the defender.
2nd and 5. It started with 3 tight ends. They utilized Bavaro, who slipped down, and Byron Evans made sure he stayed there. Here's a guy who's had some big games against the Eagles in his career.
Buddy is worried. 7, 6, 9, 5 passes, 3 games over 100 yards. But I think tight ends in general give Buddy Ryan's defense a tough time.
Well, they usually rush 8 and expose the cornerbacks. let the linebackers cover the tight end. Here's Sims out of the spread, 3rd down. He's going to take off and get the 1st down. And more. Sims hit it for the end zone. It's down to 2. Stopped by Mike Pitts. A 14-yard scramble.
Hey, who made a heck of a block is 66 right there, William Roberts. He was really aware on that thing, because you start off and you look at Roberts. He's a left guard. You block, 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 look around. Now watch him. You see your quarterback's running. Watch 66 Roberts. He gets right in front there. Boom, he gets a block there, and that gives Sims a little more protection.
Roberts' block was on Frizzell, and he just buried him.
A big old guard always likes to find a little old defensive back hanging around down there.
Find somebody with a 30 on it.
Oh, you love it.
Fumble. And the Giants do get it back. Jerome Brown batted it out of Sims' hand. And Meggett made the recovery.
Tell you, that is real something. Watch 99 there. He's going to come through. Phil Sims goes to reverse pivot. Now he's going back. Jerome Brown gets penetration, knocks it right out of Sims's hand.
Eric Moore made the recovery. I said Meggett. I saw the 0. Hawthorne and Anderson, the 2 runners behind Sims, who's going to throw it. A receiver tripped, no flag. In situations like this, although this is a passing situation, sometimes the Eagles don't even use a defensive back.
Well, down on the goal lane they don't, but here again, he's trying to go to Mark Bavaro. Mark Bavaro gets hit, gets grabbed, gets held, gets tripped right there by the middle linebacker, Byron Evans. And Bavaro was the guy Sims was looking at all the way. That was one the officials didn't see.
3rd and 8 on the 8. Offensive coordinator Ron Earhart. Manuel split wide right. Odessa Turner to the left. Mowat was the man in motion. The Eagles come on a blitz. Sims gets rid of it over the head of Turner. Incomplete. Eric Allen was the Eagle defender. And here comes Allegre. Jeff Hostetler will be the holder, who can also throw it.
I think Parcells was thinking about being more aggressive, going for the throat. I think he wanted to take that first one and march it down and get that score in there. But anytime you miss a couple like that, you're going to get 3, but you're not as excited about it.
Allegre from 25 yards out is good. Flag on the play. Hold it a second.
Hey, Allegre's having trouble with that right leg. He pulled a groin muscle in it last week, and he got up limping a little slowly there.
Nevertheless, he hits, and it's 3-0. Eyes on the 1st and goal situation, settled for the 25-yard field goal by Allegre.
You know, it happens when you get down to the 2 and you don't score. Even though you like to get those 3 points, that is a plus for the defense. When you get down there to 2 and they can hold you to 3, they're very happy about that.
Allegre's kick is fielded by David Little, one of the up men. Second time he's kicked a spiral on the kickoff. Louis Tillman down on the special teams, a 3-yard return.
Have you said if there's one big area that the Giants improved, I think we just saw it for the second time there, their special teams. Boy, they have so much more speed on their coverage teams, it's amazing.
I think they have more weapons on offense, but that's the area that you point out that they have drastically improved.
I talked to their punter, Sean Landetta, and he said he was so happy with that group, all he has to do is get something high up in the air, and he'll know they'll lead the league in net.
Here's Byers, stumbling over the right side and still going ahead. Finally stopped by Terry Kennard, a pickup of 10. Right now for an NFL update, here's Brent Musburger in New York.
Pat, let me show you how the Buccaneers got ahead of the Chicago Bears. A pass by Vinny Testaverde. Fortunately, he had a receiver 5 yards deep of the intended receiver, and Mark Carrier, in effect, intercepts in the end zone. 7-0 Bucks, and back to Pat.
All right, Brent Myron Guyton, who has been outstanding, is the injured Giant.
Here, and if you look at what happens, he's going to come up, and you see him coming up here. Now watch, he goes, and Carl Banks right there. See 58 coming across. They hit helmets right there.
Second and about a foot for the Eagles, and they didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. Eric Howard stopped Keith Byers behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, again, that's the area where they think they have the best chance of running. Running in there behind Ron Heller at John Washington. Of course, Eric Howard got in on that one, but they would like to run at John Washington and Carl Banks. And of course, that gets you away from Leonard Marshall and, more importantly, Lawrence Taylor.
3rd and 1. Word on Guyton is he should be back. Here's Cunningham. Up the middle, intended for Byers, deflected by Johnny Cooks, who just got a hand up at the last second. Byers was open.
I'll tell you, if Johnny Cooks doesn't get that hand up, that's a big play to Byers. 5 yards behind Cooks. Watch, Cooks will come up there and jump. And look, if he doesn't get it, there's Byers back there waiting for the ball all by himself.
Here's John Telchik. His first punt, 48 yards. He's got a bad right knee. He says, I can run, but it hurts when I kick it. This is a knuckler. Megan, fair catch at the 40. And so the Giants will take over a 33-yard punt by Telchik. And still, the Giants have not been scored on in the first quarter this year.
And that one didn't look too good.
Not so graceful. Flag on the play as Sims was back to throw. He is sacked by the Eagles. Clyde Simmons, Reggie White, and Mike Pitts all there. But a penalty marker down.
And it's against the Giants. That's what a quarterback calls an avalanche.
Hands, number 76 offense. Penalties decline. Second down.
That's against Jumbo Elliott, the left tackle. And you're going to see the hand come right up now to the head of Clyde Simmons here. You see, boom, right there. They call him for that left hand to the head. But if you're the quarterback and you see 3 white jerseys on you, that's what the quarterbacks call an avalanche. That was a lineman. Man, that was an avalanche came back on me that time.
Second down, they decline the penalty, take the sack, and Sims is going to throw again. Sailor intended for Howard Cross, and it took off. He's 6'6", but it was 5 feet beyond his reach.
You notice there's nothing that will fire up a defense, and nothing will fire up a crowd like a sack. I mean, this Eagle team came out, looked a little lethargic. In fact, I thought they looked lethargic all Monday night. Looked a little lethargic here. Boom, they get that sack. Now it looks like this whole joint comes to life.
When they couldn't get it in and had to settle for the field goal earlier, and now that sack, and now you can feel, as you say, the crowd and the team is really hopped up. After Sims again, and incomplete. Intended for Stephen Baker, and Sims was hit by Reggie White just as he let it go.
Reggie White came right up the middle over Bart Oates. I think that's the thing they got to get. Here's Reggie White here. He's going to come, boom, right up the middle. And I'll tell you, that is what they have to do. If they're going to protect Sims, they got to get him blocked. You see White, right up the middle. He splits that thing. Now once here, he gets a full step. Now watch what he does to Phil Sims. Doink.
Landetta back to punt. Henry Williams, Gizmo. Deep for the Eagles. Signaling fair catch makes it. The Eagles take over at their own 34 as their defense comes to life.
This is a fired-up Eagle defense now and a fired-up crowd.
Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, packed. As you look down from the Goodyear Blimp America. Based in Houston, pilot Mark Kynett at the controls today. The Giants lead 3-0 on a 25-yard field goal by Allegre. Cunningham, look out for Lawrence Taylor. You never saw him coming from that backside where he can be just lethal.
Hey, watch Lawrence Taylor here. He rushes with great speed right here. He's just going to come around that backside of Cunningham. He goes right around Matt Darwin right there. Keeps working. And again, he's going for Cunningham. If Cunningham didn't step up and throw, he was going to lose the ball.
He didn't see him, but I think he felt him.
He felt him, and he knew that that was coming, and he had to step up.
2nd and 10 Eagles, their own 34. Hand off to Tony, nothing there. At the line of scrimmage, no gain. There's Reggie White, the minister of defense.
That last hit he had on Phil Simms, that was the first time he lined up over the center. And I would think we're going to see a lot of him over the center today.
Why do they do that?
Well, they do it to get a man-on-man situation because they put him over the center, cover both guards. Now they have to have man somewhere in their pass protection.
3rd down and about 9. Out of the spread is Cunningham. Away from Taylor, but not all the way away from Taylor. He is down. He's like a man on a mission when he plays against Randall Cunningham.
The defense is taking over. Now look, they have 2 defensive linemen here. Then they use Taylor here and Banks here. So that gives them the 4 rush men. Now that's what they play in passing situations now. 2 defensive linemen in the middle and Taylor and Banks as a defensive end. And this is what it gives them. When he starts to scramble, they have speed and containment.
Kelchik back to kick. Meggett will have a chance to operate with this one. He gets into Eagle territory, out of bounds by Reichenbach at the 44. Taylor was double teamed when he got that last sack on Cunningham.
I think most of the time Taylor is going to be double teamed. Look at this quarterback. If you're a quarterback like that, we'd all want to sack something like that. But you could look at him. In the last 7 games against Philly, he has 37 tackles and 14.5 sacks. So you wonder, why does Buddy Ryan say we have to block 56? Because he's been there before.
He is one of those guys you always say, in fact, Cunningham said yesterday, when I get up or start up the line of scrimmage, I want to know where he is. Simms to Anderson. Maybe a yard. Jerome Brown made the stop. That's the end of the first quarter with the score. The Giants 3, the Eagles nothing. Only week 5. 2nd down, Giants. Cross is the move man. A little dance in the backfield. It's Simms. Outside of Meggett. Fumble. Giants got it back. Mark Ingram right there.
That's what the Giants were trying to do, Pat, is sneak Meggett into the backfield. See 30 here, not on a passing down, but on a regular down. This is 2nd down. Get him where the linebacker has to cover man-to-man. They get Al Harris on him man-to-man, and they figure that Meggett can beat anyone. Of course, they don't figure at the end he's going to fumble it. But that's one of the plans that the Giants have today. Get him in the backfield on non-passing downs.
Simms back to Anderson. Left side. Hit by Byron Evans. A pickup of 3.
And he's playing linebacker now at 245.
Ingram, the man in motion. The blitz on Simms, and he just had to unload. And it's fortunate that he did. And had some green patches to go to.
Hey, this is the 2nd time. This is really an avalanche here against Simms. watch the whole thing cave in. Here comes the linebacker from the outside, Seth Joyner. He's not blocked at all. And just as he's hit by Joyner, he gets the pressure up the middle. Joyner's coming from Sims's right. Byron Evans up the middle. There's Jerome Brown in there. I'll tell you, when they go after Sims, they're bringing a whole bunch of white jerseys.
3rd and 7. Sims from the spread. Looked it over, didn't like what he saw, called a timeout. 3-0 Giants with 13:31 left to play in the first half.
A long day for quarterback.
3rd and 7. Sims gets it outside to Turner, who was wide open and looked up the field before the ball arrived.
Hey, the Giants have had too many opportunities that they haven't capitalized on so far in this first half. And boy, that comes back to haunt you. They were down on the 2-yard line and didn't get a touchdown. They had that guy open on 3rd down inside the 20, and he drops it. You can't miss those opportunities.
Allegre will try from 39 yards away. Now we'll see if he has a bad leg or not. Big field goal. Hostetler outside to a wide open Carl Banks, and he's a touchdown maker.
That is what you call going for the throat. The Giants call it Apache. Everyone wants the Apache call. It takes the coach to have a lot of guts to make it, though. Watch it here. He's going to fake it. Carl Banks goes out to the right. Hostetler rolls to his left. Allegre stands here and does nothing. Carl Banks is wide open with a blocker, Zeke Moat, that he doesn't even need.
He had them both wide open. The extra point by Allegre is good. And it is 10-0 Giants.
Hey, I think the Giants needed this. I think they needed a big play here. When you're playing your Eagles in your division on the road, you got to make things happen. You drop one on 3rd down, you come right back with a gutsy call.
His 2nd NFL touchdown. The other came against Atlanta last year on an interception.
Isn't that something? On one play, a wide receiver, Odessa Turn on 3rd down, drops it. So you throw it to your linebacker on 4th down. And look, he got gloves and pads and, probably some sweat, some dirt. And he catches the thing.
He even got a kiss.
Right on the head. I tell you, they can make tackles, they can make sacks, they can do things, but when they catch a pass and score a touchdown, that's a highlight of their football life. Hostetler, he's over there. Man, he's a quarterback. They love throwing those touchdowns. The only guy that didn't do anything on that play was Allegre. He made some kind of stupid little fake and just stood there right in the middle of everything.
At least he didn't hurt his leg.
No, well, he could have. In fact, I think he'd gotten away. I think Allegre just gotten away.
Here's the kickoff by Allegre. This is a better one. Mark Higgs about the 6. And he struggles just short of the 30. A return of 22 yards stopped by Lee Roussan. And the Eagle offensive unit back on the field. The Giant defense leading now 10-0.
But going back, I think that was a great decision by Bill Parcells.
Quiets everything down. Here's Cunningham to Byers. Last surge got him 9 yards in the arms of Perry Williams. Byers has developed into an outstanding receiver.
Well, he is, and that's the biggest thing that they do. But to get the ball to Byers, they have to block Lawrence Taylor. Let's watch him here. Here's Matt Darwin. Now, he stays between himself and Cunningham pretty well, but you have to get a little more bend. You have to give him a little more pop. You can't let him just push you into the quarterback.
2nd and 1. It's Byers right side. First down Eagle. Out of bounds. Johnny Cooks shoved him out and into the hot seat.
On that shot, we see that Myron Guyton is back now. Remember that play he got hit? He hit helmets with Carl Banks. Got a little dinged, and Boy, Bill Parcells really likes this rookie. He says he's big, he's fast, he's tough.
They made 13 tackles last week against the Cowboys. He is really high on him, as you say.
Yeah, they look like he's all over the field. I think the two guys that he likes, the two rookies, he likes Guyton and he likes David Meggett, that both of them are making their presence felt thus far.
Here's Cunningham to Higgs. Place to go. Guyton again up to lead the tacklers.
Well, the guy who makes the play first is Carl Banks right here. Boom, he comes across here, he gets penetration, and he doesn't give Mark Higgs anything to do. Watch 58, see him get up the field. He makes Higgs go around where he can't get his shoulder squared. Now by the time he gets his shoulder squared, there's 4 blue jerseys.
2nd down and 12. 11:54 left in the first half. Tony and Byers behind Cunningham. Giles was the man in motion. In his direction, he can't hang on. That score we had up there a minute ago is correct. Tampa Bay 21, the Bears nothing. Moves in at left cornerback now. And their 6-man defensive back package, Cunningham is forced out of the pocket, is going to be forced to run. Maybe a first down, yes. A 13-yard scramble. He got the first down by a yard.
You know, one thing that the Giants want to do is they want to play Cunningham on 3rd down in a zone. They want to get back into their zones if we'll just let it go here and see, because by a zone, what you do is you let everyone get in their zone. We can stop it now, and we can see that everyone is looking towards Cunningham but play in the zone. Then when he breaks, they can all break on him. Now, they did it, but they didn't get there soon enough.
First down to Byers. Hit immediately by Mark Collins. A gain of only 3 on the completion from Cunningham. He says it's just too much to think about. The handoff to Tony. Tony to about the 42, a gain of 4. They go with 4 wide receivers now. High snap, and the handoff is to Tony, and he's got the first down. That's a play that looked like it was out of sync and wouldn't work in any way, and they got a first, nevertheless, a gain of 8.
It was out of sync, but Lawrence Taylor misses a tackle, and you're not going to see that much. You see, he comes in, and I'll tell you, that's a heck of a play by Cunningham. See right there, he just had a dive right there. They miss another tackle. You see, and that's the reason he got the first down. That was Pepper Johnson that missed the one he should have had.
Ron Heller just got a piece of Lawrence Taylor. Just enough to knock him off track. Here's Cunningham. Up the middle, intended for Carter, incomplete. He was open.
You know, the Eagles said they had to rush the ball. You can see they're doing it more effectively today, but they're not passing as well.
To me, at least, John looks a little nervous, a little uneasy in the pocket.
Yeah, he is, and I think part of that is taking an early sack.
That's Giles on the move. The handoff is to Tony, and the Giants are there. Johnny Cooks, Terry Kennard. Loss of 2.
When you can get something on that left side, on that Marshall, that Taylor side, you can get, but you're not going to make a living at it 2 times or whatever, but they really put a rush on it.
He's doing a lot of foot movement. Here's Cunningham, incomplete, intended for Carter again. Renee Thompson was the defender close to Carter.
I'll tell you, this looks like a frustrated Eagle offense right now. And a frustrated quarterback in Randall Cunningham.
100% physically. Here's Telching, standing at midfield. Meggett back at the 10.
Go catch it!
He held it a long time. Finally gets it to Meggett. kneels at the 15. 21-yard punt is all he got. It is 10-0. The Giants lead. 8:47 left first half. Goodyear blimp hovering overhead over Veterans Stadium, furnishing us with those sold-out pictures. 1st and 10 Giants at their own 15. 8:45 left to play in the first half. Giants 10, Eagles nothing. Sims to Anderson at the line of scrimmage. Byron Evans. There's Buddy Ryan.
Yeah, Buddy was saying that he said, you know, this is such a big game because the Giants have beaten everyone else in the division. He said, we're the last one they have to play. And he said, to tell me it's a big game or my team it's a big game or anyone in this town is a big game is stupid. We all know what it means.
Buddy has some opinions, and he'll share them with you, too.
Comes right out.
2nd down, Sims to throw it. Out of the pocket is Sims, caught from behind by Clyde Simmons. He sort of lives in the shadow of Reggie White, but against the Giants, he is always a factor.
Yeah, remember, he's the guy that made the touchdown that beat him on the field goal block. It was Clyde Simmons there in the Meadowlands who picked it up and ran it in for a touchdown in overtime. And that was a heck of a play, that last one. When you get up the field and you're going up the field and then the quarterback comes, you have to turn and go down the field and catch him from behind. That's a pretty good play.
3rd down for the Giants. They need about 5 to get the first. Sims asking for quiet. Of course, he won't get that. Now out of the spread formation, he gets it out to Zeke Moat. That's enough for a first, a gain of 7.
And they better get Reggie White blocked when he's over the center, or he is going to put Phil Sims right into this AstroTurf. Watch it again. I mean, he just comes right up the middle. He's lined up over the center, and he just goes right to the right of Bart Oates. And now, boom, when he gets by him, you see the problem when he lines up over the center. When he gets there, then he's right in his face. That's only the 2nd time they've lined him up there today. Both times he hit Sims as he threw it. I would think they would line him up more there.
And I would think the Giants will have to give Bart Oates some help when he is there. O.J. Anderson, flag on the play. Anderson got about 9 yards. Jerome Brown stopped him, but a penalty marker was thrown on the play. Holding against the Giants.
I think what the Eagles are doing is they're just putting Reggie White over the center on passing downs, and he's playing his normal left defensive end on running downs.
Holding 65 offense. First down.
More and more people seem to be doing that. I know the Redskins do it with Charles Mann. The 49ers do it on occasion.
Well, that was Bart Oates who got called for the holding, and who is a center who has to block Reggie White when he gets up there. And usually if you're offensive linemen, your tackles are the best pass protectors, the guards are the next best pass protectors, and the center is the least of the pass protectors in town.
Usually he doesn't have someone like Reggie White in front of him. Here's Sims back to throw. Incomplete. Odessa Turner was the intended receiver. Eric Allen was the defender. So it'll bring up a 2nd down situation. 2nd and 17. Giants at their 2nd and 20, beg your pardon, at the 17. Moat on the move, and Sims roll out left to get away from Reggie White. Pass incomplete. Almost intercepted. Intended for Baker. Eric Allen again, the defender.
That was one of the new things that the Giants wanted to do. They've never really moved Phil Sims much. He's really a drop back passer, stay in the pocket guy. And for this game, to give the Eagles defense a different look, they have a couple plays in where he is going to move out side to side.
Sims a tough guy. He was sick yesterday. We were supposed to meet with him, but he shut off the phones and went to bed and talked to no one.
I don't think anyone ever questions Phil Simms' toughness.
Nope. Here he is, back to throw it. Steps up. Over the line of scrimmage now. And out of bounds. Mike Pitts in pursuit. Picked up 5, but we'll see Landeta.
Hey, if Phil Simms had 3 receivers down here in the right side, and you will watch it, if we just let it go, and we'll see that what he was looking at when he started to run. Now watch right down here. Now he starts up, and he has the 3 receivers right here, here, and here. Right here, here, and here, and he decided that he couldn't hit any of them.
So Landeta back to kick it. Well, he said he had to keep it in the air a long time. He sure did. Gizmo Williams signals fair catch. 4-9 on the hang time for Landeta's punt, and that is as good as you get. You can see whatever you want to see right in this area. On the left, JFK Stadium, where the Army-Navy game was played for so many years. That's the Spectrum in the middle, home of the 76ers and the Flyers. And then Veterans Stadium, the home of the Eagles and the Phillies. All you got to do is hang around.
Play a lot of ball around here.
Cunningham, Myers, tripped up by Collins. Four-yard gain. Average yards on first down. That won't get your attention very much, will it?
Best when they know what you're going to do.
2nd and 6, Cunningham. Bounced out of his hands, almost intercepted by Cooks. Again, Myers is open. For an NFL update, let's take you back to New York to Brent Musburger.
Pat, watch this play. The Green Bay Packers against the Dallas Cowboys. Through the quarterback's legs, off too tall Jones. Here comes Eugene Lockhart. He huffs and puffs 40 yards for a Cowboy touchdown. 13-10. The Cowboys lead it. Back to Pat.
Cunningham 5 out of 11 for just 27 yards. 3rd and 6 right here, and he goes out of the spread formation. The Giants bring Lawrence Taylor. And Cunningham will scramble. Across midfield and gets an Eagle first down. He is their leading rusher and has been for the last couple of years and is again this year.
That was a heck of a chase by Lawrence Taylor. Watch 56 chasing Randall Cunningham here, number 12. And when Cunningham puts on the burners, he gains some ground there. And he knows where the first down is, and he's not going to run out of bounds. He's going to take it upfield and cut back on you.
3 carries for 24 yards for Cunningham.
That's why he's also their leading rusher every year.
There he is, back to throw it again, maybe. Or he might take off again. Pass is caught by Giles. Gary Reasons was the cover man. 16-yard pickup. Cunningham to Giles.
Ron Heller does a nice job, the right tackle. Watch him right there in the left of the screen. He's going to come back there and knock down Carl Banks. Now, by taking down Banks, that gave Cunningham a soft corner. Then he got out there where he really had the option of running or passing.
It was a fine catch by Giles. First down Eagles at the Giant 33. The Eagles trail 10-0. Cunningham to throw it again. Backwards, knocked down by Leonard Marshall. Not a fumble. His arm was moving forward. Now hold it a second.
I think maybe they are still reviewing that.
He looked as if...
30-second clock, please be reset to 11 seconds.
Tom Dooley.
Well, sometimes while they do these reviews, they keep the clock running. Then the guy comes out and sees it. Now, what they reviewed it for was to see if it was a forward pass or not. His arm is coming through, so that, I mean, it was going down, it was going through, and that was just an incomplete forward pass. although I think it slipped out of his hand.
I think it did. I think he tried to stop.
But the fact that his arm was going forward and his hand was going forward, that made it a pass.
2nd and 10. Myers. Right side inside the 30. Pickup of 5. Stopped by Banks. Clock running, 3:20 left now. Or will be shortly.
You know what the Eagles were doing on that, Pat? It was an interesting thing. They were setting up an option. They had Byers had the ball, and then they had their fullback, Anthony Toney, was in a pitch position. So Byers got the handoff, was going down the line, and was setting up an option run.
He kept it. Byers did. Got 5, and it's 3rd and 5. Cunningham. Quickly. That's to Carter. Another Ohio Stater who's close to a first down. Stopped by Renee Thompson. A gain of 4.
And boy, the fans don't like this one. This is short of a first down. He didn't get the first down, and Buddy Ryan ran his field goal team out there.
Telchik is the holder. Zendejas.
Mike Quick's out here all by himself, but there's no one covering him.
Upstairs to Quick, and it's picked off by Terry Kennard. Flag on the play. Way downfield, the flag. Here's Kennard. Taken out of bounds by Giles, a penalty marker on the play. And a fight also on the play. Zendejas in the fracas. That's a mistake.
Kickers don't get in fracases. Buddy Ryan says it's okay. The penalty's on them. The trainer's checking the kicker. The official is standing down on the 5-yard line saying that was pass interference. Spot the ball on the 5. Bring it down here. Mike Quick sneaked in there. He was split out here on this field goal all by himself. Watch it here. See, here's the field goal. Here's Mike Quick out here. They finally realize that they come running over. Telchik tries to get it out there. Does. There's 3 defenders there. They call pass interference.
One of the Giant defenders just grabbed Mike Quick.
And it wasn't the one who intercepted the ball.
It was not Kennard.
They had 3 there.
And then the Eagles have the ball at the Giant 5 after the confusion ends. 1st and goal at the 5.
Hey, you'll see the grab right there. That's Sheldon White.
1st and goal at the 5. Cunningham looking outside into a crowd. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off. Intended for Giles and Banks. And Collins were right there.
You know, in these division rivalry games, you tend to see more stuff like this. You tend to see more fake field goals, more fights, more controversy. That's a great thing about teams playing each other twice a year. You build up things.
And 110 times in the history. 2-minute warning coming shortly. Cunningham up the middle, and he's going to score. Point now. Zendejas with Telchik holding. 10-7. That's Randall Cunningham's first rushing touchdown of the season, and it was a painful one.
It was a great move that he makes, so Randall Cunningham likes to get down here and spread out the defense, and then look, and then if there's nothing there and you see a lane, you pump the ball. Now watch this move. I mean, he got up in the air, going over on his back, a cartwheel, the whole thing. Watch, see, he has them split out. 4 4 wide receivers. They're playing man-to-man. Now, if you don't stay in your lanes, you give them any kind of hole, that's going to be a touchdown.
It's lucky he didn't break his neck or his arm or something.
See, here's the thing that they do. By spreading out the defense here, now they get this type of thing. So all he has to do, if there's nothing here in the lanes, then he can come back here and run it. See, now, this is how the play develops. Now, if we go back here and you just stop it right now, you see the lane that he sees here all the way to the goal line. When Randall Cunningham sees that, he is going to take it for the touchdown. It's tough to contain him and not give him inside lanes.
8 plays, 63 yards. They kept the ball 3 minutes, 46 seconds. Giants lead the Eagles 10-7. 2 minutes, 1 second left to play in the first half. Meggett and Ingram back deep for the Giants. Good kick. Meggett 3 yards deep in the end zone. And Ingram comes over. He wanted to come out, and Ingram shoved him back. 2-minute warning coming up.
I think Ingram came over and said, hey, I'm a 3-year veteran. You're a rookie. Let me make the decision.
And he made it forcefully, or even worse. The Giants 10, the Eagles 7 at Veterans Stadium. At the half, Brent Nerve with scores and highlights. And Brent also has a conversation with Raiders owner Al Davis, who earlier this week hired Art Shell, who is, I'm sure you know, the first black coach in the NFL's modern era. We have a rather unusual situation here in that the 2 leading rushers for both teams are the quarterbacks, Sims and Cunningham. 10-7 Giants. The pocket was collapsing. Odessa Turner was the target. Mike Pitts put the heat on Sims.
One thing you know, that Sims is going to get that all day, and I think coming into the game, he knew it. He said, one thing I know when I play the Eagles, I am going to take some hits. So I think that's something a quarterback has to think of during the week. You can't come in thinking, I'm going to be untouched, I'm going to be unscathed. You know you're going to get it, so you just have to stand there and take it.
2nd and 10. Sims again has the pocket collapsing, but gets it to Meggett. And Meggett gets out of bounds outside the 40. Andre Waters pushed him out. 22-yard pickup.
Well, this Meggett really gives the Giants an added dimension, because I think someday they're going to start running him out of the backfield. Now they just put him in there. You see him and have him run pass patterns. That's Seth Joyner covering him. He comes straight up the middle, gives him a little boom, boom, boom shuffle, and then whap, takes it to the outside. Look at the pressure on Sims. He's back. This is what he's looking at. His left side starting to cave in. He's getting it from his backside, but he found Meggett.
He goes out to his left, and Sims trots out of bounds at about the 48-yard line.
I think Bill Parcells just gave Phil Sims the next play. Goes home, tomorrow he's going to wake up a sore guy. So's the other quarterback.
2nd and 4. They give it to Meggett. He got enough for a first down, I think. Seth Joyner stopped him. Doug Riesenberg says he got a first down, but he's not wearing the right color shirt to make that judgment.
Well, Wes Hopkins came in there and really gave him a hit at the end, but it wasn't enough because he did make the first down. Again, Meggett really hasn't run from this position. This could be the first time that he has run from this position. But watch that shot that Wes Hopkins gave at the end there.
Sims gets it outside to Ingram. He is knocked out of bounds. Stop the clock. The Giants have 2 timeouts remaining. The Eagles have all 3 of theirs. Frizzell knocked him out of bounds. Everett was coming on a blitz.
Frizzell and Everett are the two defensive backs that come in to make 6 defensive backs. As you said, on that time, Everett was the cover guy, or Frizzell was the covered guy, and Everett was a blitz guy, 42. He was a guy who was right there pushing Sims to throw the ball.
2nd and 1. The Giants take out the wide receiver package and put in the tight end package. And now they take a timeout. A devastating passing attack, but this year they do. And a good defense. 2nd and 1. 3 tight ends. Sims will throw it. Gets it out to Howard Cross, the 3rd of those tight ends, who gets a Giant first down. Frizzell on the stop.
Big Howard Cross is the 3rd tight end, but he's the biggest of the tight ends at 250 pounds, and that's the first pass he's caught in the NFL. His life.
Meggett hit behind the line of scrimmage by Reggie White. The Giants trying to hurry it up. 1 timeout left is all.
No huddle.
20 seconds. Now West. Sims to throw it. Meggett up the middle. Another first down, and that got him in field goal range. 11-yard pickup. Stopped by Seth Joyner.
They got a good matchup. The Giants and Bill Parcells and Phil Sims. They got Meggett on Joyner, and they've been winning that one this first half.
Parcells was saying yesterday that they had to convince him at draft time to take Meggett. He said, I've already got one short running back, and Joe Morris. I don't want him.
Yeah, well, David Meggett is only 5'7". And he said he wasn't going to have another 5'7" running back.
Meggett, I tried to get our people to draft him, and they wouldn't take him either. 41 yards for Allegre. Hostetler holding. It's good. And it had plenty extra. If he's got a bad leg, it didn't show on that one.
Hey, this is the type of game that going into it I expected. You know, the defensive game, both defenses rising to the occasion. Lawrence Taylor, Jason Cunningham do very, very well. I think he was an excellent choice, and he'll be an excellent head coach.
Short kick, and that should take care of the half, and does. That's the end of the first half with the score. The Giants 13, the Eagles 7. Quarterbacks did in the first half. Sims 10 out of 19, Cunningham 7 out of 15. Considerable yardage advantage for Sims, but they both lead their teams in rushing. Both have picked up 29 yards on the ground. Meggett back deep along with Mark Ingram.
And he had a big first half, and I think in this second half, again, we're going to see the Giants keep working the ball to Meggett on passing.
And Dejas kick goes to Meggett, or in that direction. It won't bounce out of bounds, and finally it does. And so they can make him kick it again, or they can bring it out to the 35.
Hey, that is a dangerous thing when that ball comes down there and you have a rookie there and you're a coach and you can't see it, because that's the far side of the field for Bill Parcells, and the ball is bouncing. You don't know whether you're going to get it, you're going to fumble it.
In the first half, Sims 10 out of 19, Cunningham 7 out of 15. Considerable yardage advantage for Sims, but they both lead their teams in rushing. Both have picked up 29 yards on the ground. Meggett back deep along with Mark Ingram.
And he had a big first half, and I think in this second half, again, we're going to see the Giants keep working the ball to Meggett on passing.
And Dejas kick goes to Meggett, or in that direction. It won't bounce out of bounds, and finally it does. And so they can make him kick it again, or they can bring it out to the 35.
Hey, that is a dangerous thing when that ball comes down there and you have a rookie there and you're a coach and you can't see it, because that's the far side of the field for Bill Parcells, and the ball is bouncing. You don't know whether you're going to get it, you're going to fumble it, it's going to go out of bounds or what. Luckily, the ball went out of bounds, and as you said, it will now be spotted on the 35-yard line.
Giants open the second half with 3 tight ends. And the pitch is back to Anderson. A pickup of 2, perhaps, maybe 3. And a flag on the play, a late flag. Here's where Sims has thrown it.
Well, you can look that line that goes across is 15 yards. So he hasn't thrown any passes over 15. He's 4 to the 5 to the left, 0 for 4 in the middle, 6 to 9 to the right. So his success is passing left and passing right under 15 yards.
And he hasn't had time to throw it deep. Here's Tom Dooley to tell us about what that flag was about.
Well, it's against the Eagles, and it's a big one. It's a 15-yarder.
Well, he never is going to tell us. But it was a big one. Whatever it was. First down, Giants at the Eagle 48. First and 10, and Sims back to put it up. Mark Ingram made the reception and took the hit in the back. Didn't faze him.
Well, Phil Sims had good pass protection that time, and he had either Ingram or Zeke Moat that he could have hit. You see Ingram there. He comes up, plants to the outside. He comes inside. Now that's a zone. He worked outside. The linebacker was coming to the out, Al Harris, and he worked right inside of him. See, the corner dropped off. The linebacker worked out, and Ingram came right, boom, right around the linebacker.
First and 10, Giants at the Eagle 31. They lead 13-7. Cross was the motion man. This is Anderson. Mike Pitts and Wes Hopkins up to make the stop after a gain of 3.
Buddy Ryan defenses will always do that. Get the safety involved in the defense, and that's how they called it the 46. Remember, it was Doug Plank was number 46 of the Bears. They put him up like a linebacker. That time it was Wes Hopkins. Now, when you take your safety and you put him up on the line of scrimmage, that puts 8 guys up, and you only have 7 blockers. There'll always be a free guy.
3 tight ends on the same side this time. Sims looking to Bavaro. Hit down by Byron Evans. Another 3-yard gain. It'll bring up a 3rd down 4.
One thing I've noticed just at the start of this drive is that the Giant pass protection is a little better. It looks like they have the Eagle defense under control a little now, and I never felt they did the first half.
The first half, you got the feeling that the pass protection was crumbling around Sims all the time, just as he let the ball go. 3rd and 4. Now they go with a 4-wide receiver pack. That's Ingram on the move. Sims. Hit by Isaiah Jenkins, a gain of 3, and that'll be a yard short of a first down, or about 2 feet short.
Well, that's either a stupid pass or a stupid pass pattern. When you're 3rd and 5 and you have a receiver run a pass pattern and he catches it and leaves you 4th down, that's either a bad pass pattern or a bad pass. But you got to get the first, or you have to do this.
From 39 yards away. No good. Plenty of distance, but wide right by Allegre. And so the Eagles will take over. 13-7 Giants.
I think they should have signs that...
We'll get 3 guys out here. Here's Turner. He comes up, and he's going to run an out. But if you're going to run the out, you got to get up, and you have to get past the first down marker. Now watch him here. Here's a first down marker there. He got to get out here. He leaves that thing short. Then there's a good tackle right there, and he's that much short of the first down, so they had to kick the field goal, then they missed the thing. On 3rd down, you always got to get up. beyond the first down mark.
So the Eagles take over, and Byers tries to get around the right side. Could have been a fumble. The Eagles have it back. Alexander comes up with the ball. The offensive center, they think he's going to be around and good for a long time.
Well, they moved him from guard to center, and Buddy Ryan says that this guy could be an all-pro center, be one of the best centers in the league. And all guys like to be moved to center. I'll tell you what it does. It adds years to your career.
And in most cases, you don't wind up running one. Here's Cunningham. In the arms of Lawrence Taylor. 4-yard pickup.
Here is a guy that can tackle in the open field. Anthony Toney was out there to block him. This is what Cunningham has done so far. He's had no success when he runs out of the pocket going to his left. And then he's had success going to the right. And here's why he doesn't go to the left. Watch Taylor. He's not rushing now. He's backing out. Watch Toney is a receiver. Then he tries to block him there. That's not much of a block, but it's a good open field tackle by Taylor.
And it's a very intelligent move by Cunningham not to go in that direction. Deep for Giles. Over his head. Incomplete. And no flag. Mark Collins back there with him.
I'll tell you, the play before that, Anthony Toney missed Lawrence Taylor, but boy, did he block him on that last one. He darn near decleats him. Watch, here's Taylor here. Watch him come into the backfield, and you're going to see Toney, number 25, right there. Boink! He just knocked Taylor right on his back. Of course, he was coming off a tackle, I know that. But when you're that good, you get double teams like that.
Got him airborne. Telchik's kick this time is a good one. Megan. Cut down in a fine open field tackle by Ty Allard. 47-yard punt, a return of only 2. 13-7 Giants. Third quarter.
Over the past decade, all other lines of cars have led Mercedes-Benz in one crucial category: depreciation. Which proves that sometimes great cars finish last. Mercedes-Benz, the resale legend.
Takes a couple of days, I think.
Yeah, if it goes that slow, it takes forever.
Maurice Carthon out of the backfield to the 46-yard line, stopped finally by Al Harris. 18-yard gain.
Well, there's a guy who doesn't get to run the ball much or carry the ball much. Number 44, Maurice Carthon, one of the good blockers in this league. Whereas when the Giants went to the Super Bowl, he was a lead blocker for Joe Morris on all those runs. And I don't know that the defense really concentrates too much on Carthon when he's
probably not. He got a good block from Bavaro that time. Here's Sims to throw again. Up into the pocket and sacked. For the second time today, that's Clyde Simmons from behind.
You know, the guy that's been kind of quiet is Mark Bavaro. In fact, I think on that play, Sims was trying to go to Bavaro, and he was covered by Seth Joyner pretty well. You know, if they cover a tight end with a linebacker, the tight end has to beat the linebacker. I think that's what Sims was counting on and had to take that sack.
This time it is Meggett split wide to the right.
And no one's on him.
No one on him now. Now they change, finally. They get Andre Waters over on Meggett. Flag on the play. Sims looking, chased, and sacked by Reggie White.
And had Sims had time, he could have thrown it to Meggett for a touchdown. And had he not had holding. There was a jailbreak on that play, but Meggett was out here on Andre Waters, and he had him beat deep.
Holding, number 60, offense. Penalty is declined.
the penalty. It's third down.
The holding is on Eric Moore, the right guard, number 60. And, of course, he's holding against Reggie White, but that's a pretty good block. When you can take a guy like Reggie White and put him on his back, that's pretty good. Reggie White also gets the sack.
He gets up quickly, doesn't he? Here's Vegas.
I know it. Had Sims had time, he could have hit him.
Third 19, the Eagles on a blitz. Sims out of the pocket. Flag on the play again. Incomplete. Well, now they say it was a catch by Lionel Manuel. He apparently got both feet down in bounds.
But as you said, there's a penalty marker, and that was back there against the Giants.
Well, Manuel didn't have enough for the first down. I think they got to take the penalty, though.
Third down.
That's the second one in a row on Eric Moore.
Eric Moore started today in place of Damian Johnson. Third and 29. The ball back at the Giant 36 now, or 26 make that. Tom Dooley still in conversation.
Of course, I think that they were going to, as you said, they had to take the penalty anyway, even though whether that was a legal catch or not. They said that he caught the ball and was inbound. He had both feet in. Now you can't see on that if he had control or not, but he did a good job of keeping both feet in. In fact, that's an amazing athletic move.
Well, if they rule it was not a completed pass, it would be fourth down instead of third down. I think he had it.
Yeah, he did have it. As you say, that's a big thing. If it's an incomplete pass, then they lose the down too.
The play will stand as called. Third down.
Still third down. So they did the right thing. They accepted the penalty, and it was a catch. So it's third and 29. Sims out to his left. That one's incomplete. Juggled and out of bounds. It was Manuel again. Eric Everett was the pass defender. Notice when they roll with that roll, they roll away from Reggie White.
Well, that's one way to get away from Reggie White. The only thing is the defense can roll their secondary with you, and that's what's happening to the Giants.
Reduces the size of the field. Landetta back. Henry Gizmo Williams back deep, and he'll have a chance to move with this one, maybe. Away from one man is Gizmo, and away from another man. And out of bounds, close to midfield. Gary Reason finally got him out of bounds. Renee Thompson was the first man down, and he's the man who missed the Gizmo. People, Phoenix, Washington, Atlanta, and the Rams. Right now, the Eagles and the Giants. First and 10, Philadelphia at their own 48. To Byer. Byer spins over the right side, picked up 6, stopped by Taylor.
One thing, talking about Randall Cunningham has only thrown 47 yards. I think this is one of the reasons. Here's Keith Jackson, who has become his favorite receiver. And he injured his back. In fact, it was against the 49ers a few weeks ago. Ronnie Lott kneed him in the back, went into spasm, thought he was okay, went into spasm again last week against the Bears, and he was in the hospital until Thursday.
This is Tony. Right side, the ball is loose. Cunningham gets it back. No gain. Cunningham is hurt. Matt Cavanaugh is the backup quarterback. Loss of 3.
Eric Howard is the guy who makes a play here. Watch him, Pat, the nose tackle here for the Giants. This is the way you play nose tackle. You start off with big arms like that, hit into the center, boom, drive him back, whap, take that arm, that right arm, and knock it right into the ball carrier, grab the center with you. That is handling the middle.
And then you get the quarterback who recovers the fumble kicked in the head. That's effective.
That quarterback didn't want to be down there recovering a fumble.
Cunningham out of the spread. Has all kinds of time. Running away from Taylor. But that's a tough job. You can't run away from him. Not too long, anyway.
Speed kills. Hey, that's the thing with Lawrence Taylor, as we talked about before. Not only all this great talent and ability and instinct and reaction, but watch him. He was spying that time. He was just going to mirror Cunningham. He was mirroring him, and then once he saw him and put the sights on him and zeroed in on him, he went after him. But that's what they call a spy or mirror.
And once he starts to mirror, he's like one of those heat-seeking missiles. You just don't get away from it. Megan at the 20. Down immediately. Henry Williams, number 81.
Flash says that he doesn't think anyone can catch Randall Cunningham when he runs. He said unless it's Lawrence Taylor, and I'm not even sure he can catch him. Well, I think Buddy knows now, and I think Randall knows now, and I think Lawrence Taylor knows now.
Well, he said,
block in the back. Number 38 on the receiving team. First down. Timeout.
13, Eagles 7. The Philadelphia Navy Yard close by. Meggett is number 30.
Yeah, he's 5'7". The guy who's tackling him is Gizmo Williams. He's 5'6". So we got all these big guys, you know, nose tackles, guys 300, 350 pounds. And it boils down to one-on-one, a guy 5'6" and a guy 5'7".
And both of them about 180 pounds. Sims on first down, rolls left. Reggie White was in his face. Art Bavaro was the intended receiver for another NFL update. Let's send you back once more to Brent Musburger.
7 points on this touchdown pass by Mike Tomczak to Sanders, and now it is 28-21. Back to Pat.
The Bears coming back with 2nd and 10. The Giants at their own 11. Sims draw play. O.J. Anderson hit behind the line of scrimmage by Jerome Brown, number 99. And the crowd again is very vocal. A loss of 3.
Hey, Jerome Brown does a spin in here. Bet you watch him. He's going to come spinning right into the hole. Watch him spin there. See him spin? And when he gets around, boom, there's O.J. Anderson. Hey, when you get that Jerome Brown, he's about 300 pounds. He gets that thing spinning. It's about 350. I think when he ended it and ran into the thing, he was probably the most surprised guy in the joint.
3rd and 13. The Giants have 44 yards rushing today. The Eagles have 78. Out of the spread, Phil Sims gets a good snap. And out of the end zone and tackled at the 5 by Seth Joyner. The rush again.
Well, one thing here in Philadelphia, they know defense. They understand defense. Big pass rush. Joyner was on a delayed blitz. He was coming in late. He saw Sims, and he was able to come up with a sack.
4 sacks by the Eagle. Landetta from the end zone gets off a good one.
Big play, Renee. Big play.
Gizmo Williams. It's back to the 45, stopped by Greg Cox, a 54-yard punt by Landetta. The hang time 4.7.
And that is when you need a punter, because the defense had things going. They just sacked Sims. They just backed him up.
The Eagles back to their own 45, and Cunningham fires to Myers. He's open again, the same pattern. And twice. It's hit him in the shoulders, and he's dropped it.
Anytime that you keep your hands close to your body, that's going to happen out front. And watch what happens here. You see his hands are in close. His hands are in close to his body. Now the ball hits his shoulder pads and his hands at the same time.
And bounces out. On second down, the Giants blitz. Incomplete. In the direction of Carter, who couldn't get away from Perry Williams. It'll bring up 3rd and 10.
Defense, a combination of putting good pressure, mostly by Lawrence Taylor, and that good zone defense that the Giants may play better than anyone.
They had some confusion in their secondary, the Giants did. Open and knocked down. Ron Johnson was open. Terry Kennard made a great recovery, a great move on the ball, and knocked it away.
Hey, Cunningham didn't put a lot of mustard on that pass. He left it hang up there because, look, Johnson's open. He's open, he's open. And what, you're going to see 43 come into your picture. I think that ball hung up there too long. Combination of that and a heck of a play by Terry Kennard.
So the Eagles again have to punt. John Telchik back. 4:21 left to play, 3rd quarter. It's 13-7, Giants. High kick will be fielded by Meggett. Signals fair catch and makes it at the 18. Make it the 19. Where the Giants will take over. We're at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. The NFC Eastern Division matchup between the Giants and the Eagles. Giants 4-0, the Eagles 2-2. The Giants would be 4-0 in the division if they win today. Total yards minus for the Eagles in the second half. Giants have a total of 181. They have the ball first and 10 at their own 19. They give it to Anderson. Nothing is working on the ground. Go with 3 tight ends. That's Cross in motion. He's going to stay in and block. Sims gets it out to Cross, who juggled it and watched it get away.
Cross looks like a tight end who's a good blocker. They usually say that, you know, that's about the blind eight that has a nice personality. The tight end's a good blocker, can't catch.
Someone said
Your outlet.
3rd and 9. Flag on the play. Sim. Pass is caught. Complete to Stephen Baker. Out of bounds, but a penalty on the play, enough for a first down to yardage.
Good pass protection for Phil Simms that time. He had the chance to pat it a couple times before he threw it.
Offsides, number 59 defense. Penalty is declined. First down.
First down, Giants.
That's Seth Joyner. He lined up offsides, but watch the protection he has in the pocket. You see, if we can just stop it right now, you see, that's the pocket. You see, now he can stand up in there, then he pats it. But that was good protection, good time.
The first down was to Baker. Here's Maurice Carthon. Maybe he got a yard. 2, perhaps. Mike.
To me, I could see how that would make sense.
It would certainly make sense, depending upon the price. Here's Sims back to throw it. Going to be hit just as he lets it go. And the pass is incompleted, intended for Odessa Turner. Eric Allen back there with him. Again, Phil Simms, 4 sacks, been knocked down 7 times. Ingram is the man in motion. Now he stays back there with Simms and then checks out. Meggett. First down. Not that they won't be caught. He just won't be able to see it.
He's spreading it around today. He has thrown passes to 11 different receivers.
The handoff is to Meggett. Inside the Eagle 40, tripped up by Reggie White, a gain of 8.
guy who's been doing a pretty good job against Reggie White is Doug Riesenberg. 92. You see him, he's just turning there. It's probably going to happen as he comes down.
Got jammed backwards there.
Well, he had to pile up on top of him like he was bench pressing the pile. And I hope he's okay. Reggie White, when you talk about the defensive players in this league, and Reggie White, one of the best, maybe the best defensive lineman in the game, one of the best that's ever played the game.
Kafusi has taken his place. And they go right at him. That's Megan spinning to the 30. Andre Waters made the stop.
You know, that was the thing we were talking about.
They'll go back to the Joe Morris type of attack. That's Anderson behind the line of scrimmage by Jerome Brown.
You know, Jerome Brown's playing the best game that I've seen. In fact, he had to switch hats here. He was borrowing Reggie White's hat.
White's back.
I know it. He borrowed White's hat. He's right there. Got White's hat on. He's playing like White. I mean, that quick move, boom, he's in the backfield, grabs O.J. Anderson, spins him around, throws him to the turf, gives White his hat back, takes another one back.
Maybe he's got something in that hat.
That White can't get it adjusted.
2nd and 12. Here's Sims back to throw. Under pressure again. Gets it to Meggett. Incomplete pass. Byron Evans was the defender. 3rd down.
Hey, that pocket again is starting to collapse on Sims. He's either getting hit and knocked down or having to throw when he doesn't want to. But watch these white jerseys just collapse that whole pocket on him. You see the difference there? Sims gets hit after he throws it, but he can't step up. He has to step parallel as compared to stepping into his throw.
3rd and 12, the 11th play of the drive coming up now. They've kept the ball almost 4 minutes. 20 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, and the Giant lead is 13-7. To Meggett. And there in a hurry with a good sure tackle is Wes Hopkins. A gain of 5, but they'll have to settle again for Allegre.
Well, the Eagles changed their coverage. They had Byron Evans had been covering Meggett. They had Al Harris covering Meggett. That time they had their free safety, Wes Hopkins, and he got the job done.
Which seems much more intelligent. That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score, the Giants 13, the Eagles 7. We now pause for a word from your local station. Ready to start the 4th quarter with Raul Allegre from 45 yards out. Hostetler holding. That was good. A little breathing room as the Giants now lead 16-7. The Eagles will take over to begin the 4th quarter.
And you say that does give you the breathing room, and Bill Parcells knows it, because now that makes 2 scores that the Eagles need. Defense and a Phil Sims offense.
Keith Sherman with some room. Chased it out of bounds at midfield. Adrian White finally knocked him out of bounds after a return of 45 yards. The Eagles are back in business.
Sherman is going to take it up the left side. Now, as he goes up those numbers, the whole Giant team comes into that side. Now, he brought them in. Now he takes it back to the middle, then all the way over to the right side. And he outruns them until, who's that, Adrian White?
Adrian White. 1st and 10, Eagles at midfield. Reverse coming. Fake reversing. That's Tony. Tony to the 20. Kennard chasing. Out of bounds at about the 6-yard line. Yard pickup on the fake reverse.
The Giants got that field goal, then they had a letdown. Two big plays by the Eagles. Big kickoff return, put this offense, put this crowd back into the game, and then the big fake reverse and run to Tony.
44 yards, the longest run by an Eagle this season. Here it is.
And you know, you start out here, you don't expect the Eagles to be much of a running team. You don't expect Tony to make the big run. Couple missed tackles by the Giants and a good run by Anthony Tony.
Cunningham gives to Tony. He is down after a yard. Knocked backwards by Myron Guyton and a host of other Giants.
Receivers spread the defense out and then either throw the ball or find the lanes where he can run it. I'm not sure that Ted Plum agrees with him. In fact, I don't think he does because he didn't give him the 4 wide receivers.
That's how he scored the other Eagle touchdown, or the only Eagle touchdown. He's out of lane. He gives to Byers. Byers chased by Cooks. Byers spins down to about the 2. Eric Howard.
Well, the fans are booing this one. They don't like it. And I think everyone knows that the Giants inside the 20 are tough. Cunningham is right, and he's getting it on this play. Now he has his 4 wide receivers. Now he has that defense spread. And if they give him lanes, he'll run it in.
And the Giants send in Sheldon White. There's the throw, incomplete. And a flag on the play. Chris Carter, the intended receiver. Renee Thompson, the defender. And it's going to be pass interference against the Giants. And that'll give the Eagles first and goal at the 1.
Now they can put their regulars back in there. They went 4 wide receivers. You see the hold right there. See, he's just holding on to him. Renee Thompson, he's holding on before the ball gets there.
And Carter didn't even get up before he was already protesting.
Hey, so that's something. I know what Bill Parcells is thinking. A big kickoff return, a big run by Tony and some missed tackles, and now a 3rd down pass interference. Those things will kill you.
It's Byers and Tony behind Cunningham. Tony in motion. A handoff pitch back to Byers, and he won't get in. He got to about the half-yard line, but didn't get to the end zone. Carl Banks at the bottom of the pile. Byers still does have the ball.
I think the Eagles will figure out here that they're either going to have to play pass it or run it in with Randall Cunningham.
On a quarterback sneak.
Yeah, quarterback sneak or even fake a trap and let him bootleg in. Neither one of these teams, the Giants or the Eagles, are very good at short yardage or goal line running.
Some teams are and some teams just aren't.
Watch Byers here. He gets hit. He makes a nice run, though, keeping that thing going. Then right at the end, you see him. He's trying to reach it over to break that plane. I think what happened, it did break the plane. You see, he sneaked the ball in there and broke the plane.
Broke something else, too.
Yeah, and then I think the whistle had blown, though, before he did that.
Byers, of course, has had a history of foot problems ever since he was at Ohio State and came out of Ohio State. Bears coming back against Tampa Bay. They're in the 4th quarter now. They need Higgs and Tony. To Higgs. Here again. Pepper Johnson, number 52, knocked his shoe off.
Tell you, that is some hit. Higgs went to go flying. Lawrence Taylor catches him from the outside. Pepper Johnson is in there. They hit him so hard right here, they knock his shoe right off. He goes to jump. He jumps. The Giants jump. There's nothing. I still say they either have to throw it or let Randall Cunningham do it. They're not going to do it with these guys running behind those guys.
Byers is back, and here's Cunningham. Got to run. Touchdown. They waited a while to signal. But the nearest official finally went up with a hand. was a struggle. Even when he finally scored, it was tough.
I think that's what they had to do, though, because they can't run it in against that defense. They either have to throw it or let Randall Cunningham. In fact, as Steinbeck kind of fouled up, he trips coming out of here. He gets behind Ron Salt, his guard. It was going to be a bootleg. I think he wanted to cut it in there. He couldn't. He gets it strung out to the sideline, and he does get the ball over.
And the official, after being helped by a fellow official, finally makes the indication touchdown.
Well, you see, both feet are in. Now the ball goes over right there. It's in his left hand. All it has to do is break the plane, which is the front part. He did it before he did it the second time. See, as he goes down right now, that ball breaks the plane. Then he brings it back, then he sticks it out again.
They may be taking another look at that one.
Well, if they don't know when the whistle blew, then I think, see right there, now that ball's a touchdown. Now as he goes down, that's a touchdown. Right there. Now what they could say was his knee down, and when did his knee go down? We had to look at this on the clicker. They just decided that it was a touchdown.
Further review, the play will stand as call. Touchdown.
It is a touchdown indeed. 6 plays to go 50 yards. 44 of them in one pop. The other 6 were extremely difficult.
And it all started off with a big kickoff return.
Extra point by Zendejas is good. 16-14. The Giants lead by 2 with 11 minutes and 49 seconds left to play. The division-leading Giants. That's going to be Nagy at the 6-yard line. Hit backwards by Jesse Small. Welcome.
I've never seen a guy get that excited about a tackle. Man, when you're a linebacker, you're a top draft choice. They sign you to do stuff like that. Guys are getting more excited about stuff they're supposed to do than they've ever been before. I mean, that's a good hit. I mean, that's helmet to helmet. That puts him right on his back. But I still think that's what you're supposed to do.
It's a first down, Giants at their own 25. And Sims is going to throw it quickly up the middle of Bavaro. And he's a load to get down. Wes Hopkins led the Eagle tacklers after a gain of 17.
And he's been quiet today, Mark Bavaro. I think that's his second pass he's caught. I know that Buddy Ryan was worried about that before the game. And the pass coverage has been pretty good. But they have always had success with him.
When you rush as many as they rush, it figures you'll be able to get something to the tight end. First down, Giants, their own 42. Pitch is back to Anderson. And he gets only a yard. Mike Golick, number 90 on the bottom of the pile, made the first contact. Ex-Cleveland Brown. All their own 45, leading by 2. Megan is split out wide to the left. Out there alone with Eric Allen. Anderson. Midfield. For another NFL update, let's send you again back to our New York studio and Brent Musburger.
Pat, we could have the big upset brewing in Tampa now. 9 minutes to go, and the Buccaneers have busted in another one. A great run by Tate with some slick blocking, 16 yards, and it's 35-21, 9 minutes to go. Back to Pat and John.
So we could lose one of the undefeated teams. The other being the Rams. They play later today. The Giants 4-0. The Bears are 4-0 going to Tampa. 3rd and 2. was hit by Eric Allen, and maybe when he whirled over the head of the tackler, he got enough to get the first down.
Well, the Eagles were in 5 defensive linemen on that one, Pat. They really had everyone up there. Eric Allen, watch him. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're here to stop it. Then they got all this, and here's the guy here who makes the tackle. But they have everything plugged up in the front. Watch him. That's pretty good blocking, though, by the Giants. And the one guy they can't get is a corner, Eric Allen. Eric Allen didn't get Meggett in time either. That is tough
to baseball. Switch to New Orleans. The other two coming as well. 3 tight ends for the Giants, all the same side. This is Meggett, the lone setback. He goes out of bounds at Eagle territory after he picked up 4. Andre Waters shoved him out.
You see big Jerome Brown, he was in that backfield. He got penetration again and just missed Meggett. And as he gets out of bounds here, he runs into a couple Eagles on the sideline and knock him back where he came from. I think Jerome Brown, I think, is playing the best game I've ever seen him play.
More active, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he's all over the place, and he's shooting that gap right now, and he's causing a lot of problems for the Giants' running game.
2nd and 6. Sims is back to throw it. He has time to Bavaro, and he'll get another Giant first down. Seth Joyner made the stop, a gain of 9.
Well, Bavaro hadn't been doing much early. Now they're getting back to him. You see Seth Joyner on that play after the play. He hit Bavaro in the helmet. Bavaro didn't even feel it. Look, a guy who goes out there and is numb. Guy whaps him in the head. He didn't even flinch. It's like having a fly up there.
You said he's been quiet all day. He's always quiet, except when they throw him the ball.
What he likes to do is catch that ball and then run over a bunch of them like a bowling ball.
1st and 10 at the Eagle 34. Sims gives it back to Anderson. Anderson out of bounds by Wes Hopkins. But another gain. Enough for a first down. 10 for Anderson, his longest gain of the day.
I think one thing the Giants have learned is you can't get much running inside against this group. The way to do it is you pin them in and then get to the outside.
They're at the Eagle 24.
And there's nothing that makes a head coach feel better than your running game finally getting going.
Well, you not only burn up that clock, you think you've beaten them physically as well. Cross. Give this to Anderson. Flag on the play. And if it's holding, that would take him just about out of field goal range. Waters on the tackle. Motion.
And the illegal motion penalty would take them out too, but it's only first down, so they got plenty more chances, the Giants do.
7-2, the right tackle was uncovered. First down.
Illegal formation.
Well, that's not 72's fault. That's Doug Riesenberg. That means that the split end on the weak side wasn't on the line of scrimmage. So what that does is that make the tackle eligible, and that's illegal. So it's not Doug Riesenberg. It's the split end on that right side wasn't up on the line.
By the way, Buffalo quarterback Jim Kelly, I said he had an injured shoulder. He has a separated shoulder. And he'll be out perhaps for 4 weeks. 1st and 15 here. To Bavaro. Try to make the one-hand catch covered by Seth Joyner. Couldn't come up with it. Sims couldn't get much on the throw because he was going down backwards.
Well, it's that same thing. It's the one where they put Reggie White over the center, and they give you that overload there in the middle. You see, they got this thing going right here, this big overload here, and then they just give you that pressure right now in the quarterback's face. You see Sims takes the ball back, and look at the pressure he gets. Now he goes to step up. He has no place to step.
And you can't get much on the throw if you can't step up.
Every time he steps, he gets a headache.
19 hurries he's had today. Odessa Turner split wide left. Sims back to throw it. This time he has time, and he gets it to Lee Roussan, who's down to the 10. And a giant first down, tripped up by Waters, a gain of 17. That's Megan. He cuts down to about the 7. Jerome Brown stopped him after a gain of 4. Seth Joyner with an assist.
You know, a guy that's done a good job in this giant offensive line today is Doug Riesenberg, because he's a right tackle. And he's been doing a good job against Reggie White when Reggie White lines up at the end there. Any success they've had running has been into that right side behind Riesenberg. That's a long day's work when you get out there and you got this guy across from you all day. And you got to try and run at him and then pass protect him.
He's another one of those guys who doesn't say much, just gets it done. Anderson and Carthon behind Sims. Pass is deflected. He was looking for Odessa Turner. Bring up a 3rd down and 6. At the 7. Tampa Bay has gone in front of the Bears 42-21 now.
I'll tell you, so there were 3 undefeated teams going in today. The Bears, these Giants, and the LA Rams.
The blitz. Moat incomplete. Eric Allen on the coverage.
Again, Byron Evans was right in there on Phil Sims. Again, with a Buddy Ryan team, I'll guarantee you, you're inside the 20, you're 3rd down, you're going to get a blitz. You have successful pass protection, you're going to get a blitz. Watch 56 come straight up the middle, tries to get picked up there, and he's able to take on the block with one shoulder and put his hand up for Sims on the other shoulder.
Allegre with Hostetler holding, 25 yards. And he's good. 19-14 Giants lead. 5:59 left to play. 4th quarter. Don't forget the doubleheader games coming up. The Saints and the 49ers, and the other unbeaten team now, the Rams against Atlanta. This is Higgs to about the 18. Adrian White down to make the tackle. 5:51 remain. This is Tony. Tony to about the 24. Again for an NFL update. Let's send you back to...
This is going to be the upset of the day. The Buccaneers are going to shock the Chicago Bears. Most points the Bear defense has given up since '81, and the Vikings can pull to within a game of first in the NFC Central.
Giants here in Philadelphia. Eagles have the ball at their own 24. Cunningham has 2 men deep, and he gets Carter. And receivers right together. Mike Quick was right there by him.
Carter makes a nice move here on the out. I'll tell you, Anthony Toney did a good job of blocking Lawrence Taylor. That didn't look like a good pass pattern because they have Chris Carter and Mike Quick right in the same area. But I'll tell you what made that is Randall Cunningham rolled left, and Anthony Toney came out and knocked Lawrence Taylor down.
You know, we got 5 minutes, 11 seconds to go. That's his first completion this half. This time the same move to the right. To Quick. He hung on. Stopped by Kennard. 21-yard gain. Mike Quick playing on injured knees, getting up slowly.
And that's the first pass that Mike Quick has caught today. He started last week against the Bears on Monday night, had to come out of that game, and then didn't know if he could play today, wanted to go as far as he could, and maybe has been mostly a decoy today.
Lofts out to the left, and Cunningham back to throw it. Intended for Giles behind him. Lawrence Taylor with the heat.
The pressure on Cunningham. I'll tell you, the guy that has risen to the occasion is Anthony Toney.
He did a good job there.
Second half, he is really blocked.
Second down, Cunningham back to throw it. Away from Banks. Away from Taylor. But not away from Mark Collins. Picked up 2.
From here and misses him again. Watch him. I think Carl Banks has thrown more air balls than Randall Cunningham than anyone.
3rd and 8. Cunningham has Garrity. Garrity out of bounds at the 15. Sheldon White.
That may be a throw that only Randall Cunningham and John Elway could make. It's that old thing where you go. Now watch him. He's going to come back here in the shotgun. Then he's going to go to his right. He's going to be flushed out. Going to go to his right, look to his right, and then come back and stepping forward, throw that ball all the way across to the left sideline.
There's an amazing guy, too, Garrity. He just seems to pop up out of nowhere and make the big plays.
He's always open. I think that guy was born open.
Reverse fake again. It's Toney again. Toney inside the 10, out of bounds at about the 8. Guyton knocked him out of bounds. They're summoning trainers. The referee is hurt, I think. One of the officials.
They're working on Carl Banks over here. Watch 58. He looks like he thinks he's going out of bounds. He just gets knocked out of bounds and he cuts back. They are going to work on that side of the Giant defense as they said they were going to before the game.
One of the officials down. It's either Dwayne Gandy or Jim Quirk. Leo Mile. One of the blockers rolled into his knee. 2nd and 4. The Giant 9.
When this drive started, you said the Eagles have 80 yards to drive, and it sounded so hard. And they've got a big part of it in a short time.
But this is a tough part of the field to move against the Giants. Nope, out. Quick. Out of the end zone, covered by Kennard.
How he got rid of that one, I have no idea. Leonard Marshall was bearing down on him. And how that ball even got out of there, I don't know. But watch your play. Watch Marshall coming right there, right in front of him. And he couldn't step forward. He had to twist and turn and just throw that ball up.
And Quick is out of the end zone.
Wasn't that a controversial call in the Redskin game where he's out of the end zone? They gave him a touchdown?
Yep. Here goes Cunningham. He'll have a first down at about the 2. Eric Howard made the stop, but he got 8 yards. It'll be 1st and goal, Eagles.
Again, he likes the 4 wide receivers down here. Spread out the defense. There's nothing to pass. You know you're always going to have this. You get a lane, you give that pump fake, and the first guy there's a nose tackle. But again, he got by Carl Banks. Again, he put the ball up there. Boom, Carl Banks jumps up. You never leave your feet.
It makes it 1st and goal from the 2-yard line, and Cunningham wants a timeout with 2:25 left to play in the ball game. The Giants lead by 5, but the Eagles are at the door. Carried it. 1st and goal from the 2. The give is to Toney, and he's got it in. place is bedlam. For the first time today, the Eagles have the lead. Zendejas will try to make it 21-19 and does.
Great goal line play. I would think, Pat, if you're going to have an MVP, Randall Cunningham can always be the Eagles MVP. But today, I think it could be this guy, Anthony Tony. The job that he's done running, the touchdown here, his blocking on Lawrence Taylor. He has had one of the best games I have ever seen him play.
Don't forget that long run he made on the fake reverse, the 44-yard gainer. The longest by an Eagle this year.
And you know that Eagle offense, that Eagle running game is easy to slam down. I mean, everyone talks about that. They can't do it. And that's really not a strength. I'm one that says they can't do it. But they got some big plays out of their running game today.
10 plays, 81 yards. They kept it 3 minutes, 41 seconds. There's some noise here.
I think what they're trying to do is fire up this kickoff coverage team now. And then more important than that, fire up this Eagle defense.
Zendejas will kick it off. You see the noise meter. It's almost off the end. Ingram at the 10. They're about to 28, stopped by Britt Hager. 19-yard return. First down Giants, the old 19. 2:03 remaining. Led to 14 Eagle points. Can you hear me?
I'll tell you, that noise rule is going to come into play now. Phil Simms can't go out of the shotgun. He had to come up under center.
Back to throw it is Simms. Pass is picked off by Frizzell. The Eagles have it. Intended for Ingram. Frizzell just took it away from him. That's the first turnover today for the Giants. 2 minutes remain. 21-19 Eagles.
The Giants have 3 receivers here. This is the one they're going to go to. The Eagles are covering off here. Here's the coverage here. So he is going to cover him on the end, and he picks it off right there. But they're going inside, outside. See the second guy in. Now right there he comes in. Now Simms hits Ingram and Frizzell at the same time, and Frizzell comes up with it. But that was an interesting coverage, 3-on-3, but they played him inside out.
2 minutes remaining. Pitches back to Higgs. Higgs scrambles down to the 20. Tripped up by Kennard. The Giants have all of their timeouts remaining.
Well, the one thing they know now, they have to stop the run, and they got to get up there and tackle the ball. See, they have to get up there and try and get the ball out of their hands, and as a result, no one tackles a ball carrier. That is poor and sloppy tackling.
And the Giants used one of their 3 timeouts. 2 left. 8-yard pickup will make it 2nd and 2 with 1:42 left.
You know, the Eagles are playing without Keith Jackson, their all-pro tight end, but Jimmy Giles has done a good job of blocking over there. They have run that right side behind Jimmy Giles, Ron Heller, Ron Salt, and they have done a good job on this Giant defense.
Giles has always been a good athlete. He was a heck of a baseball player.
You know, Buddy Ryan said the reason he picked him up is he had so much trouble with him when he was at Tampa Bay, and Buddy was with the Chicago Bears.
Second down and 2 at the Giant 19. The Eagles lead it 21-19. Handoff is to Tony. Close to first down yardage, and the Giants will have to take another timeout.
You know, Heller, they don't get anything soft. They don't get Jimmy Giles, David Little in there blocking.
Third and about a half yard. Giants have one more timeout. Cunningham got the first down. That should do it. He lunged for 2.
Well, that'll do it. That'll mean coming up this afternoon, that bottom team, the Rams, are the only undefeated team. There were 3 of them coming in today, the Giants and the Bears. The Bears get upset by Tampa. We got this game here, and now this afternoon, after this game, later today, there's only going to be one undefeated team. It's the LA Rams.
No one, including me, and I'm sure you, could understand why the Eagles were 3-point favorites in this game.
I thought the Giants were a better team and playing better at this time.
Not much he can do now. Clock running with a half-minute left. And the teams are departing. They can't stop it. Tonight on CBS begins with 60 Minutes. He was a defense contractor who cheated on the testing of a vital piece of military hardware. Where did we find him? In jail. That's 60 Minutes tonight, which is followed by Murder, She Wrote, and the CBS Sunday movie Mystic Pizza. That's all tonight on CBS. So for John Madden, I'm Pat Summerall saying so long from Philadelphia, where the final score was the Eagles 21, the Giants 19. Stay tuned for the second game of our NFL doubleheader. Most of you will see the world champion San Francisco 49ers take on the New Orleans Saints. CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League will continue after these words from your local station.